Welcome to the Fleet Geeks Podcast. We're here to help develop fleet and transport professionals. Do you want to progress and develop your skills and knowledge? We promise to bring lively conversation and debate around interesting issues and keep you bang up to date with changes in our awesome industry. The Fleet Geeks are a community of professionals, and if you enjoy the podcast, why not join the discussion for free in the Fleet Geek community over on Facebook?
Hi, it's Pete from Flagship Partners. We're really proud to sponsor the Fleet Geeks podcast. Flagship Partners offer a range of consultancy and training services to ensure that our customers remain compliant and have the best possible knowledge to be able to fulfill their work. If you're interested in support with any of our safety, HR or compliance services, or you want to train to be a transport manager or need driver CPC training, give us a call today.
Ready, steady, go. So this week we're going to do a quick 5-minute flash session. We need to name these 5-minute sessions.
Oh, it's that I'm picking up. I can hear it again.
Oh, we're picking up some feedback.
Can you hear it in the background?
Yeah.
Feedback from the kettle.
Yeah, well,
Lump it off.
I'll turn it down. We haven't named these 5-minute sessions yet, have we? But we're going to be doing 5-minute sessions, and we need to think of a name for them. But I'm going to put a timer on my phone. And we're going to talk for 5 minutes, and I'm going to stop us about working time directive. So, let's go.
Oh, working time directive. Sorry, I've woken up there.
Have you actually had a break? I don't know.
I'm sure you said working time directive then, Pete. You induced me into a sleep-induced coma, but go on. What about working time?
Right, so working time. So my understanding for quite some time has been that 6 hours work will take place, whether that's driving or loading. For a driver, and after 6 hours of work, a 30-minute break needs to have been taken. However, I've been quite corrected by Mike and Jamie this morning. So yeah, my understanding was at 6 hours you need to have had a 30-minute break. You can have that in 15-minute increments up to 6 hours or on the 6 hour point, and then at 9 hours a further 15 minutes will be due. However, that's not quite the case, is it, gents? So let's have a little bit of a correction there. So I don't know who wants to go first.
Well, I'll go as I understand it. So yeah, it's 15 minutes up to 6 hours, and then you can have another 15 minutes between 6 and 9. And obviously, if you're working more than 9 hours, you need another 15 minutes as well. And I hope that ties in with what Mike thinks as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That is the strange thing with the working time directive. One of the many strange things is that is how the legislation reads. After no more than 6 hours of work, a break from work must be taken of 15 minutes. Duration, breaks totaling 30 minutes must be taken if the shift is between 6 and 9 hours long. So that's how the legislation reads.
Does that second 15-minute period have to occur prior to 9 hours? And does that include the...
So I was nodding. That's not good on a podcast.
Jamie's nodding at me. But does that include the 15 minutes of break that's been taken? So from a time duration...
yeah.
Right, so
because if it's a break, it's not working time.
Start at 6 a.m. in the morning, work 6 hours to midday, have 15 minutes break, 12:15. At what time is the further 15 minutes have to have been taken by? Is it by 3:15 or by 3 o'clock? Which is 3 o'clock is 9 hours since the shift started, or 3:15, which is 9 hours of work since the shift started.
Right, well, you can't take a break at the end of a shift. It has to be taken in a shift. Breaks happen in a shift, rest happens between shifts. So you have to take it within a shift. So if you took it at the end of your shift, you'd have an infringement, basically. That's how it works. And people quite often say, well, what if I did 1 minute of other work? That's I think what they call sailing close to the wind, isn't it?
And how far after 9 hours do you have to take the third 15-minute period?
At any time before the 9 hours is up. Yeah.
At any time before the 9 hours is up.
But then you also have to be careful of a 6 hour period coming on as well, don't you?
Absolutely, yeah. No more than 6 hours of working time.
So it can start again.
That can start again if you're not careful. Yeah. So it's just that's the golden rule: is do not work for more than 6 hours without taking a 15-minute break at least.
Got you. I think from a consultancy point of view, I think it's important that I think drivers will forget to have their second 15-minute break. So
it does happen, yeah.
I've always pushed for a 30-minute in and around the 6 hour mark minimum to ensure that the requirements are met.
Yeah,
How do you guys think to that?
Absolutely. In my experience, I've a lot of companies that I've dealt with in the past have a company policy which forces their drivers to have a 30-minute break and not a 15. thereby they don't forget to have the second 15 and they don't get any infringements. So the easiest way to stop those WBR2 infringements, working brake 2 infringements, is to have 30 minutes and not 15. I think that's fair, isn't it, James?
It is, yeah, but you have to be careful of that, because then people can start having their 30-minute break too early, which then means they're going to have more breaks later on in the day and be quite counterproductive.
What did we do to deserve the working time?
In my experience, most of the infringements you see as you go around different companies are working time, and because of these issues, it's not the easiest for drivers sometimes to comprehend.
No.
And there is so many different versions of the truth when you do speak to people as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the comments on this podcast, to be honest. I think it's going to be interesting. But there you have it. Those are the rules, and we are at just over 5 minutes, based on the fact that we'll have had to do an introduction. So at 4 minutes 18, I'm going to call it quits. See you later.
Bye.
See you, bye.
Yeah, bye.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please share with your friends and colleagues too. Join us for free on Facebook with the Fleet Geeks community for transport and fleet managers. Fleet Geeks offers ongoing professional development, networking and mentoring too. So get in touch with me, Pete Rushmer, on any social media platform to find out more.